In this video, I start working on my dream home office makeover. This past year, we left California and bought a little cabin in the woods away from the city. So far, I've been making a lot of progress on this old 1970s home and giving it a much needed update, while still keeping to the original mid-century modern 70s cabin aesthetic. Last time, I designed what my dream work from home office would look like, complete with floating shelves and some much needed desk space. Today, I'm going to be showing you how I build custom mid-century style upper cabinets to store all of my office supplies. Last we left off, I cut all the pieces of the cabinets. Now it's time to assemble. Before I assemble, I have to drill the shelf pinholes. I'm using the Craig shelf pinhole jig that I used in the DIY bookshelf video. And this time, since I wasn't making 4 8-feet tall bookshelves, it took no time at all. Then I used the Craig pocket hole jig to drill pocket holes that are going to be used to assemble the cabinet carcass together. I hate the word cabinet carcass, but that's what it's called instead of cabinet box for some reason. Before assembling everything, I edge banded all the edges that are going to show. Edge banding is basically applying edge veneer to the cut edges of the pieces of wood to make it look like one solid piece of wood, rather than the many layers of plywood. I learned my lesson from the last time I did this, and finally got better tools, so I don't spend weeks of my life on this one single step. I bought a flush cut trimmer to easily cut off the ends, and a high quality quad trimmer to trim off both sides of the veneer at the same time. I then sanded all the edges and surfaces down using 120 and 180 grit sandpaper so it's smooth to the touch and ready for assembly. To assemble, I used 90-degree angle clamps that I got off Amazon. For finished carpentry, it's extremely important that everything is assembled at a perfect right angle. If it's not, the cabinet doors won't hang properly or drawers will get stuck. These clamps take the guesswork out of it, so you don't have to worry you've assembled things poorly. I learned that the hard way when I was building the bookshelves, so now I'm extra paranoid. I double and triple check to make sure my corners are square. Especially since I didn't trust the clamps at first. In fact, it took me hours to figure out how to use them properly. Should have one easily. Yeah. Because she's very good at managing control stuff. I made this box. I'm very proud of making this box because it's kind of the most perfect box I have made yet. Let me show you the other box. This is the other box. They're beautiful. I love them. Let's attach the cabinet doors. Here is my cabinet door. I'm gonna have to drill in holes for the hardware to kind of sit in and then do its magic. So what this is called is the Craig Cabinet Concealed Hinge Jig. It basically drills hinges hole things. Let's do it. Let's drill the hole. Let's put the hardware in. Perfect fit. That's one. You'd think installing cabinet doors would be simple. If there's anything I learned from DIY renovation, nothing is simple. I probably messed up hanging the doors about 10 different times. I couldn't figure out why the doors wouldn't close all the way. The proper way to do it was to screw the doors in while the door is closed. So I had to cram myself into the cabinets in order to screw the doors on. Hey! After putting these doors on the hinges onto the cabinetry, I need to now trim down the top and or the bottom. It is now time to stain. I'm staining it this beautiful nutmeg color. This is the moment where it finally starts to look halfway finished. It is the next day and I'm going to stain the doors. I have gotten a lot better at doing this DIY stuff. I'm very proud of myself. I am still very slow. The more I do woodworking projects, the more I'm realizing how suited I am to it because I am a perfectionist that really enjoys satisfying things. Like when edges line up, when things are perfectly 90 degrees square. I have gotten much better at using this foam brush thing. Apparently, we all have been probably using these things wrong. What you're supposed to make a dot all along the piece, and then you wipe it down. That makes it a lot easier. You're not really supposed to go back and forth, but it's a habit that I have from painting. And you're not supposed to put it flat or all the way down or anything. This is somehow very relaxing and satisfying. Now the satisfying part, I'm gonna wipe it. Ever since moving here, life has been very nice. We've gotten used to the cold weather, which it's really not that cold. It's a beautiful sunny day today. I think it's a high of maybe 50. And I'm in a tank top. This is how acclimated I've gotten to. But I've actually seen people out in just a t-shirt and shorts in 30-degree weather. I don't understand. I am realizing I like seasons as long as they're fairly mild. This is probably the most extreme I can handle. Any more than this, yearly snowstorms, I don't know. I don't know about that. For Thanksgiving, lots of people are coming to visit Grandma and Grandpa. A lot more festive than it is in LA, I think. LA is kind of not very festive during the holidays. The most festive thing about LA during the holidays is about Black Friday. Moving here, living a slower life where I just get to take care of the house is just so a much better life than I used to have. I don't know who wants to be doing woodworking like this. This is very therapeutic for me. This is all I want in my 30s right now. Take care of my house. Take care of me, essentially. I am so done with the city. I can barely stand to go get into Phoenix for a weekend. No, thank you. I want to be by myself in my cabin in the woods. It is time to oil the cabinet that I made. I let it dry for about 2 days because it needs 24 hours at least to cure. So yeah, let's do it. So this oil basically seals the stain as well as darkens the color and gives it a nice shiny finish. Basically, it's like a top coat for nail polish. Polyurethane is probably the easiest and most common, the cheapest option. But it doesn't smell great. My hand's getting tired. Take my time with this, Janet. No need to rush. As I wait for this stain and the oil to dry, I am going to cut the braces for the shelving and the tables. I bought a bunch of 2x2s and now it's time to cut them down and assemble them. I'm going to do that with this miter saw because it's easy and hopefully I can make quick work of that. I spent the other day at Home Depot methodically trying to find straight 2x2s. Not easy. It's like winning the lottery when you have one. Was it worth it? We'll see. The best way to do this is probably to create a stop block. These pieces of wood are also very naughty, but I will work around them. I don't think this is gonna work because the clamp doesn't go that far. Actually, I figured it out. I am a genius. Here we go. See how fast I can get this done. So I finished the cabinets. Look how great they look. I'm very proud of myself. Now all that's left is to put them up on the wall. These are very heavy. I don't know how to hang cabinets. The only thing I've ever hung on walls were picture frames and curtains. So let's hope these cabinets don't fall on my head one day. I used a stud finder to locate the studs behind the wall. I then screwed in a scrap board to help me with the hanging process so I won't have to hold the cabinets up the whole time while drilling it in. Because I have a problem with asking for help because I feel like I am a burden to other people. I am going to try to lift these very heavy cabinets by myself and attach it to the wall. I am the queen of hurting myself because I don't want to bother someone else. I don't think the hardware people gave me enough screws. Actually, BRB. Time to get more screws. Can you help me? I need help lifting this. Oh, God. Make sure to take the cabinet doors off before installation.
This is really heavy.
It makes it a whole lot easier to install. I didn't listen to the many YouTube videos that told me I should do that, and like always, I paid the price. After After installing the doors, I added black mid-century style knobs. I didn't have to do this, but I think it makes the cabinets look more finished and elegant. Finally, I added these rechargeable under cabinet lights. They help you find what you're looking for, and they light up when it senses motion. I am so proud of how these cabinets turned out. Solid plywood, mid-century modern style cabinets like these would normally cost thousands of dollars. I made them for a fraction of the cost, and they're extremely sturdy. In my next video, I'm going to be showing how I create these really long floating shelves with LED underlighting. So if you want to check out that video, make sure to subscribe. Check out the description down below for all the helpful links to the products that I use. If you're interested in even more content, make sure to check out my music and podcast channel.